So today's fare, look at this nice ribeye. Alright guys, so a couple of days ago I promised Steve W that I wouldn't be doing any shaving videos this month because it's No Shave November. Check it out. So the beard's coming in nice. And I haven't been able to get to the rental lot yet to get a car. So I've been thinking about things to do to occupy my time until I do get a car. And I know one thing I really like to do. I like to eat. So I was out shopping today and I picked this up. If you can see that Lodge. The Lodge Cast Iron Company is one of my favorite companies of all time. I do lots of cooking in a cast iron skillet like so. So this is a reversible Lodge griddle or grill set that you can use to cook all kinds of great things. So today, for this video, for Steve and for you guys, I think I'm gonna grill up a steak. I'm gonna show you the average guy's way to grill a perfect steak. First things first, like anything else. Great preparation makes for great execution. So let's prep the steak. So today's fare, look at this nice ribeye. About an inch, a little over an inch thick. Now, quality materials, the better the meat. Like if you go to your local butcher and have them, you know, cut up a nice cut of meat, the better the meat, the better the end product. But for today, I went to ShopRite. I went to the ShopRite near me and I picked up this nice ribeye. Nice marbled ribeye, good piece of meat here. The first thing you want to do with this guy is you want to, if it's been refrigerated, you want to give it 20 minutes to like acclimate to the room temperature. And you also want to take any of the moisture off this steak. So what I do is I pat it down. I put it on a plate and I pat it down with a paper towel just to try to get that moisture out of there. And then this will make or break your steak. Make or break your steak. Seasoning. Salt, pepper are two of my main ingredients. Makes for a nice steak. And you want to be generous with the salt and pepper. So you want to put it on both sides, get the nice salt and pepper in. On a thicker steak, you also want to put that, rub that salt and pepper in on the side. And my daughter Peggy sent me a nice rub that I'm going to be using here. It's a tomato rub. To make it easier for filming, I've been handling this steak. Now typically raw meats, steak, pork, you don't want to really be touching and spreading around your kitchen. You want to keep your hands nice and clean. So actually rule number one is wash your hands, and wash your hands anytime you've had any exposure to the raw meat. Be clean. Here are the ingredients I'm going to use for my steak today. Some kosher salt, nice thick hearty crystals, pepper from a pepper grinder. My daughter Peggy sent me this nice dry rub. It's got a tomato zest dry rub. I might throw some of that on. I'm going to also pound out a couple of cloves of garlic. I will be using about a stick of butter, a little less. And I'm going to use some fresh garlic olive oil to coat the griddle, so the steak is juicy and it doesn't stick to the griddle. With this Lodge griddle, there are two sides. There's a flat side for like pancakes and eggs and such. And then there's the gridiron side, which I'm gonna use tonight to make a beautifully seared steak. All right, so I've washed this puppy up and I'm gonna affix this right on top of my burners. Fits right there on top. So I'll start the burners and I'll let this griddle get hot for about 2.5 minutes. I have the burners on high and it's heating up this surface here. And then I'm gonna add some fresh garlic olive oil. So I use my phone when I'm cooking, and this will come in handy because to cook the perfect steak, you're gonna need to turn the steak every minute. Okay, now I'm gonna add oil. I'm also gonna cut up and have ready some butter. You see that starting to smoke a little bit. And every minute I'm gonna turn the steak once I put it on. Take that steak. I'm gonna start that again. And look at those beautiful grill marks. And I'm gonna wait another minute and I'll flip it again. So the key is to cook it evenly. You wanna turn it every minute. Now for this, I'm eyeballing it. And for a steak, about an inch, a little over an inch thick. I'm gonna cook this because I like a medium to medium rare. I'm probably gonna cook it for about 7 to 8 minutes. So that means I'm gonna flip it 7 or 8 times. Let's flip it around. Look at that. I can go ahead and start putting my garlic pieces on. Getting ready to flip this puppy one more time. And let's flip this guy. Look at that crosshatch. Beautiful crosshatch. So now I'm 4 minutes in after this flip. I'll be 4 minutes in. This is when I start trying to put the butter in. About halfway through your cooking time, I start putting a little butter in there. Get a little butter going. And butter is going to help the steak stay juicy through the cooking process. Halfway through. Flip it again. Look at that steak, guys. That's my 7th flip. I'll flip it one more time. And it's really a trial and error for me. Try to baste the butter onto the steak. I'm going to flip this one more time. Okay, so once the steak is cooked, you're going to want to take it off. And let it rest for half the cooking time. Okay, so now that the steak has rested for half the time, the cooking time, you can get in and cut it up. Let's see how I did today with my new griddle from Lodge. Look at that. Perfect medium rare pink, warm pink center. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can get your own reversible griddle grill set from Lodge. Slices of heaven. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Now, if you like it a little bit more cooked, obviously, you flip it to choice. If you wanted it more done throughout, I would probably add a couple more minutes of cooking time. A couple more flips at least. And again, as you do this, you'll get better and better at it. But this is the juiciest steak you'll ever have. To me, it's better than going out to a fancy restaurant. And butter is the key, guys. Perfectly grilled, succulent, juicy steak. Look at all that juice just running. Oh, all right. But the proof, as I always say, the proof is in the pudding. Let's see how this steak tastes. Seasoned just right. Juicy and grilled to perfection. That's grilled steak, average guy style. What do you say, Steve W? As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching today. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Maybe I've taught you something today. Maybe it just made you laugh. Again, thanks for watching. And as always, remember, keep
pushing,
play. And I'll see you next time. I'm gonna keep eating this steak. It's good stuff, boy.